And then the reality is you have these things. Now, we've never lived in this paradigm for a while. We're now seeing what it's like to fully live digital. Like what it feels like to have all our emotions tied to this thing in our hand.
Yeah.
And it's
Metaverse.
weird. It's coming.
It's 1 foot in.
We've got 1 foot in.
Yeah, I don't think the metaverse is that far away in terms of how most people live their lives, especially
no, it's not.
since
It's coming.
pandemic. And I don't even. Are you familiar with the metaverse? Are you like kind of?
To a degree, I'm not an expert, but I've poked around. I think it's we're on a 3 to 5 year timeline before you'll start seeing a lot of that shit.
But like, I think a lot of people are going, this is Ready Player One. Like, I just put on my goggles and I just exist in this world and I walk around in this world, etc. But my understanding is that's not exactly what the metaverse is.
Not yet.
But you think eventually it will be.
It could be. Might be. It's hard to predict what it would actually look like.
Yeah. It's more just like.
What I will say is that people seem more and more, kids are digitally native.
Yeah.
Meaning their girlfriends, boyfriends, close friends, first meaningful experiences, things they care about, things they'll buy for clout, way they flex, communities they join, cultures, trends, all are digital.
NFTs,
all that's all digital. Kids, young kids, digitally native. Now some of them, obviously as you get older, some of that changes, but does it? I think a lot of it is kind of a permanent new fixture in the way that people, operate as human beings, is that we can't pull out of this. That's the crazy thing about technology. You can't get out. You can't opt out. You will have a hard life. You can't not be, you have to have these things. You have to be on these services, these platforms. You can't just go, hey, fuck that, I'm out.
Yeah, it's like
because then you're a freak.
Food addiction.
Right.
You can't just
you
not
have
eat.
to learn how to manage it.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's like a weird thing because you can't, you could spend less time on it.
Our buddy Ben Uyeda, you might have met Ben actually, had an interesting theory about like using your phone and all these digital communities. Like he thinks we'll look at social media in the same way that we look at food, like where there's a warning on it. And it's like, this has this many calories. This isn't good for you. You should limit the amount of this that you have.
Care, and but initially, go in there anyway.
No, initially with McDonald's and shit when we were younger, there was no fucking calories on anything. Right. It was just
Surgeon
that was
General
food.
Surgeon General with cigarettes.
That was the first thing where it started.
Yeah. No, I'm just saying that's an example.
Oh, there was no Surgeon General. No. It was just like, I guess we can consume this. If it's there, we should be able to eat it.
Smoke Lucky Strike. Who gives a fuck?
Yeah. Jesus, man.
It's what it is.
Yeah. Well, what can we be excited about? What can we be excited about? They got Ghislaine.
Yeah, I mean, who cares? A lot of kids lost jobs.
Let me ask you a question. The Ghislaine thing I find is interesting because, like, the more I thought about the Epstein and Ghislaine stuff, I'm like, are both sides using the kids in the same way?
Like, yeah, right, exactly. Yeah, they don't care either. The other side doesn't really give a shit.
It's like they're using the kids to get incriminating shit on people they hate, and then the people that hate Clinton, right? And
the only ones who let those kids are the ones that suffer.
Everybody's using the kids to punish the people they don't like.
That's right.
Right? So I'm just like, I don't know, because I started thinking, and I've done so many fucking rants and talks about them on the podcast, and I'm like, so I should know who these kids are if I care so much about them.
Yeah, no.
I know one, I can name one of them.
One person. Virginia
Giuffre?
Yeah, it's one person. Yeah.
Are we just using the fucking girls too, dude?
Yeah. Well, what are we going to do for them?
Yeah, you're using them in a much less gross way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we are. But I guess what I'm saying is, like, ultimately, they're a means to an end too.
Yeah.
The good news, I think...
Yeah, what do you say?
No, but that's like everything. That's like the Uyghurs. Like, do you care about the Uyghurs, or do you just care about punishing China for?
That's what that one Indian guy was trying to tell you.
And everybody shit all over the Indian dude.
Yeah.
And it was their opportunity to shit all over a rich guy.
Yeah.
Well, it's just hilarious. You have all these Bush era architects of the Mideast torture policy talking about the Uyghurs.
Yeah.
These are people that literally helped invent underground torture prisons to torture Muslims, many of them innocent of any crime.
Yeah.
And they created that program. And now they're talking about the Uyghurs. I mean, it's hilarious. I mean, you're like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, but what the good news is,
but
the good things on the horizon, I think.
Yes.
The positive things on the horizon is that the end will be swift.